Hi, everybody. It's me again. I'm coming back for my third installment of these video chats for whatever they're worth. I continue to struggle about how this online teaching system is supposed to work, and sometimes I feel like maybe some form of face to face might be nice. So, for those of you who appreciate it, I'm here. I just posted your discussion board feedback for discussion board 3 that went up yesterday, I believe. And you should be able to see the grades and my feedback again there. I've heard from a couple of you guys about some quiz questions on quiz 3, and I'm going to go and look at that next. That's my job tomorrow. So I have some metrics that allow me to see who in the class were, missing certain questions and what percentage of the top performing students were missing that question, the middle performing students, etc. So I'll be looking at all of that to see which questions seem to be problematic, which questions I just didn't like the answers to, the way that the system's set up. So be on the lookout for an announcement about any decisions that I make on quiz 3. I'll typically get to that right after the discussion boards each week. So don't worry if you are worried about those quizzes. I'll be looking at it soon. I wanted to check in with you guys about the actual content of the discussion. So you all are doing a great job in really trying to apply some of these concepts that we're reading about. I was really impressed with a lot of the responses this week, or the past week for you guys. It was interesting, when we read these really seemingly dated, if you like history, it's great, but sometimes you feel like it's so far removed from where we're currently living that it's hard to see its application. But in terms of that enduring themes piece, you guys did a really nice job of weaving in those issues that colonialists were dealing with and that we're still dealing with them today. A lot of you mentioned race issues, obviously, sex issues, sexism. A lot of people were noting economic issues and poverty, the ways that we struggle with poverty. Another one that I wanted to add to the list, and I think I made a mention of it in somebody's discussion board. I just threw it in there because it was on my mind, but then I thought I'll check in with you guys here about it, was ableism, and really the ways that we view people with disabilities and how that really hasn't changed too terribly much. We've become less overt about it, but as you'll see in this 4th unit, through some of the learning module materials in the videos, we've really shifted from a model of warehousing people and putting them away in places where we can help them in a charitable way, but not in a way that is empowering, as we as social workers in our profession seek to do. And we've gone through, different systems. Now we often find that people with disabilities are engaged in the child welfare system, in juvenile justice systems. They're incarcerated in prisons. We're not necessarily doing what we need to be doing as a society to lift up the most vulnerable in our society. We take some easy ways out, I guess you could say. So just food for thought there. And then I can't help but mention the healthcare debate and how that theme of the Jeffersonian ideals of decentralized power and federalism versus the Hamiltonian ideals of bigger government and centralized government, we're seeing that play out right now. That's really the struggle with Obamacare, as they call it. Many people are put off by the idea that the government would be involved in providing health care to its citizens, and that's exceeding the scope and the role of government, where for example, Senator Cassidy with his bill right now is trying to shift that current system of health care into block grants to the states, which would allow each state to have more autonomy with what they do with the funds they receive to provide health care to their citizens, but it also strips away a lot of the protections that citizens are enjoying now under Obamacare, where the federal government can be very deliberate about what can and can't be done with that money. We have a lot of protections in place for people, and those protections may or may not be as consistent as they currently are in terms of pre-existing conditions and in terms of lifetime caps of spending if that shifted to a state system. So something to think about. I don't know where everyone is on the spectrum of politics, but thought I'd throw it out there. We're still seeing the same debate play out, as many of you guys mentioned in different ways this past discussion board. So nice job, guys. And if you guys are starting to look at the library assignment and you have questions about that, please send them my way. I'm here. And otherwise, great job and keep it up, guys. Hope you have a nice weekend. Bye.